After Batman forced pills down Joker's throat, Joker would temporarily gain his sanity, call himself Jack Napier, and then go on to prove his innocence in court, ultimately becoming a free man. Joker changes entirely as he becomes a kind person who actually treats Harley Quinn with respect, and wanting to expose Gotham's corruption, Joker decided to run for councilman and start a revolution against vigilantes who always end up harming people and damaging properties. Joker proposed something called the GTO, where vigilantes and the GCPD would work together, and although Nightwing and Batgirl agreed to become a part of it, Batman didn't and therefore continued operating on his own. However, later when the GTO was trying to stop a villain called Neo Joker, Batman would intervene and accidentally destroy a whole bridge and help the villain get away, and that's when Jim Gordon decided to take Batman down as he rams into the Batmobile, ultimately forcing Batman out of it, where he would then run into Jack Napier, who he would get into a brutal fight with. Jack comes out on top and ends up locking Batman up in Arkham, only to realize that Neo Joker had freezed up most of the city with some of Freeze's tech. Neo Joker basically did all of that to force Jack to bring out the Joker, which Jack would end up doing in hopes of defeating her eventually. Jack had his Joker personality under control, but he knew that that wouldn't be enough to defeat her and therefore had no option but to use Batman's help. Batman agreed to work with him as long as Jack confesses to his old crimes as the Joker, but on the way there it would become apparent that Jack was slowly starting to lose control as the impact of the pills began to wear off, but Batman nonetheless offered to ride with him so that he can keep an eye on him, only for Jack to fully transform to Joker, trying to convince Batman that they need this to take down Neo Joker. Eventually though, after disabling Neo Joker's device, Jack would seemingly sacrifice himself to save Harley's life. Harley goes all out trying to kill Neo Joker until Bruce stopped her, telling her that Jack is still alive. She was happy he was back, but Jack had to keep his promise to Batman and confess all the crimes he committed to gain his freedom. However, as his last request, Jack wanted to be married to Harley while he can, so they got them a priest and began the ceremony with Bruce being his best man. But then just as Jack was about to say I do, he would turn into the Joker and ruin the whole thing. And later that night, Bruce would let Harley know that he knows that she was the one who created the pills that turned Joker normal in the first place, as he then would go on to work with the police and reveal his identity to the whole city to gain back their trust.